What's happening, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Cash Talks, the place where you guys get to become the best version of yourselves. And in today's video specifically, we are going to be going through how to create your personal development plan. See, the thing is, it's really easy to get so inspired and so motivated watching videos like this, but then when you don't actually have a plan of action, you're never going to be able to develop yourself and become that best version of yourself. So whether it's relationships, whether it's finances, whether it's your personal habits, your personal growth, your spiritual growth, whatever it is, this video is going to be going through exactly how to create your plan of action to become the best version of yourself. So the first thing you need in developing this plan is clarity. We really need clarity, understanding in 10 years time, what type of person do I want to be? Is that person confident? Are they happy? Are they amazing in their relationships? Do they love their job? Are they progressing constantly in their career? What type of person do you want to be? And then what I want you to do is I want you to understand, okay, in 10 years time, I want to be like this. What would I like to be in 1 year's time to get me closer to being like that in 10 years time? So now you have an idea of what you want to be by the end of this year. Now I want you to understand in 90 days, so that's 3 months, let's split this up into quarters. In 90 days, what type of person would you like to be? And now what I want you to do is focus on 3 specific things, 1 to 3 ideally, of things that you would like to develop to become that person within 90 days or 180 days or 365 days. Usually this is pretty simple. It's just understanding where things need fixing in your life. But sometimes we just don't know. So let me recommend a few things that you may want to do to help you along this journey. Number 1 could be your personal habits. It could be things like waking up in the morning. It could be things like working out throughout the week. It could be things like eating more healthy. It could be things like drinking more water. These are kind of personal habits that you could develop. The second option is your mindset. What kind of mindset? Do you want to overcome things like self-doubt, overcome things like negative thinking or overthinking? And number 3 could be just the skill. Maybe you want to become a better communicator. Maybe you want to be better at publicly speaking. It may be even amongst your friends, you want to be better at opening up. It could be even in your relationship, you feel that you need to become better in tune with your emotions. So maybe think about these types of things and understand over the next 90 days, what 1 to 3 things do you really want to develop to become that best version of yourself? I strongly suggest starting with something that's going to have the biggest impact in your life, because that's going to keep you going. I'll give you my example. For me, the personal habit was waking up early and meditating. That was a big thing and it moved the needle so much for me. I understood that by changing that one specific habit about me, I was able to change so much more about my life because I'd have more time in the morning, I'd feel more focused throughout the day, I'd feel better throughout the day and more motivated. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to adjust your mindset in carrying out this plan. See, ask yourself, what are you expecting? Are you expecting results instantly? Because I'm telling you now, it's not always going to be the case. Are you prepared for days when you're not going to be willing to stick out this plan? Because it's on those days that your success is going to be tested. It's on the days that we don't want to do it that are the days that are going to determine whether we are successful. And have you asked yourself, how are you going to keep going when you really don't want to carry out this plan? Because it's only through consistency that you're going to be able to see results. So I suggest seeing my success video. I'm going to put a link down in the description below so you can go check it out. That will definitely help you in understanding the type of mindset that you need to develop in order to carry out this plan. You really need to have the right mindset, because if you go into this with the wrong mindset, I guarantee you within 2 days, 3 days, even a week, you will be finished and you will drop off and you will not be willing to carry out this plan to become the best version of yourself. Now, the next thing is to choose a teacher or a few teachers, but not too many. A lot of people, they'll watch videos or read books or read articles from tons of different people, and what you get with that is information overload. You are getting conflicting ideas from different types of people. For example, Gary Vaynerchuk. He speaks a lot about the hustle culture, the idea of just eating not great and just going ham with your work. And that may work for some people, but for others, if you're listening to someone else like Tony Robbins, who's never ever advocated things like going all in terms of to the point where it literally affects your mental health, you're going to have conflicting ideas about where you want to go. So understand which teacher you want to follow or which type of teachers you want to follow and focus just on their videos and articles and books. And now the next thing is to set a plan of action out. So this is where the actual practicality comes in. So what you want to do is you want to figure out the 90-day plan. So at the end of 90 days, figure out what you want to be like. And now break it down month by month. So at the end of the month, what would you like to be? Where would you like to be? At the end of the second month, where would you like to be? And now break it down week by week. I want you to understand which books you are going to be reading, which talks you want to be listening to, which articles you want to read, which blogs you want to read, and I want you to set this out throughout your day, every day for the next 90 days. So it could be, for example, I'm going to read a blog post once a day, every day for the next 90 days. I'm going to do 15 minutes of reading of this book for the next X amount of days, and then the next book after that I planned out. Or I'm going to watch a YouTube video before I sleep. My point is you want to understand exactly what you are planning on consuming over the next 90 days to develop yourself. But it doesn't stop there. See, now you figured out the consuming side, the next part of it is the application. How are you going to apply this stuff on a daily basis? Now, it could be something very simple like waking up early. You know, you just need to get up early every day and that's how you apply it. Or it could be something quite vague. For example, how am I going to apply overcoming self-doubt on a daily basis? Well, this is why I say choose 1 to 3 specific things, because sometimes you're not going to be able to always do something every single day, but there are things that are going to happen throughout your life and you're going to have to just test them as things go on. You may have a thought on one day and not a thought on the other day about self-doubt. So just remember that. Now, the way to do this is to split things up 50-50. 50% of your time consuming content and 50% of your time applying the content. Now that could mean 1 day of consuming, 1 day of applying, or it could mean 15 minutes of consuming and 15 minutes of applying throughout the day. So just remember that you want to keep it kind of 50-50, ideally even 60-40, 40% consuming, 60% actually applying, because I think we just get so excited and motivated by consuming, but it's very difficult for us to apply. So we need to actually spend more time taking action, because that is what is going to give us results. Consuming's easy and it's very easy to get stuck with that. So just remember that. Now the next part is to track your progress. Now this is just as important as actually applying the plan, because if you don't track your progress, you are never going to be able to see where things are going and how well you're doing. See, a lot of the time we kind of track everything in our mind. We think, okay, I'm feeling great today and things are going well. But the thing is, the mind is always out to confuse you. The mind has so much going on inside of it, you're never going to be able to get an actual logical visualization of how you are doing until you track. So track and journal your results. That could mean, for example, if you're trying to be more confident, how confident you've been on a day-to-day basis from 1 to 10, or it could mean actually journaling out your thoughts and what you felt about today and where you've applied certain things today. It's so important to track your results, because only in tracking can you see how far you've come, and it will give you faith in the process and the plan to keep going. And that leads me on to the next point, which is staying consistent and staying patient. You have to stick by this. This goes back to the mindset. You have to stay patient, because you're not going to get results within the first week or maybe even within the first 2 weeks. It will take time. Results always go like this. They never go like this immediately. And that's what I want to make clear. So when you are able to track your results, it will give you faith in things going well, because you'll see in the beginning, okay, look, things are going well, things are going well, things are going well. And that will allow for you to keep going in the future. And now the next point is to have someone accountable. And this is where coaches come in. This sometimes is very, very difficult for us to hold ourselves accountable in doing things, because we are limiting to ourselves. But when we have someone like a coach, we can always rely on them to make sure that we get things done. And obviously some of you are going to say to me, oh, but I can't get a coach. Well, that's okay, because the second best option is to create a framework around you, meaning you create a network of people who are willing to help you on this journey. So you create friends around you who will hold you accountable, and maybe even you can hold them accountable on their self-development journey. And I'm actually thinking about this, of creating a Facebook group where all of us can kind of get together and share our results and motivate one another in keeping on this journey. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you guys want. And now the next point is to self-reflect and analyze. Always keep doing this. Always keep analyzing your life and understanding where you were at. If you don't self-reflect, you will never understand where you are at and where you want to be. See, it's very easy to get carried away with the plan and carried away with the tracking, but this kind of comes under journaling. If you're not self-reflecting and understanding, is this actually benefiting me? Am I getting better? Do I think I could change a few things to get better? You're never really going to progress at the rate that you desire. And now all of this put together will 100% lead you to becoming the best version of yourself. You just have to stick by it. I promise you it will work. And if you guys really like this video, I've got a part 2 coming out, which I'm really, really excited to share, where I go into a lot more detail about specific things like making time for your personal development plan. So let me know in the comments below if you guys are willing to hear about that, and definitely subscribe and click that bell, because if you don't click that bell, you're never gonna hear about these videos. So make sure you click that bell and definitely subscribe, and I will catch you guys next week, Sunday. Cash Talks is out.